real life doesn't give second chances.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have Jak
Jak
Kabowski here with me today, and he's going to help me answer a few of the questions that I got on my YouTube and private messages. And so, yeah, why don't you introduce yourself, give a little of your background.
All right, hi everybody, I'm Coach Jak. We're coming to you from Pillars of Fitness Gym. I was once, well, I'm retired military, and I was almost kicked out of the military for being obese. And yeah, so at 6 foot, 290 plus or minus 20 pounds. Yeah, I was a little over 300 pounds, about 40% body fat. They said you can either unfat yourself or you can get out of the military, so I decided to unfat myself. Met a personal trainer out in Seattle, great guy, he fixed my nutrition. A year later I was down to 240, I asked him how far we could take it, he said how far do you want to take it. A year later I was up on stage at 186 winning my first contest. So it can be done if you have the right tools at your disposal and you educate yourself on nutrition.
Right.
Primarily, that's the biggest thing that most people do wrong. Anytime you read a magazine or you read an article or you watch some new video on YouTube, they're telling you how to exercise, but no one tells you how to eat correctly.
Right,
So that's
big, huge. What's your background? What's your?
I'm glad you got to that. So while I was in the military,
you know your background, but what are your credentials, I guess?
Right. I was 3 classes away from getting my bachelor's in nuclear engineering, and because it was such a life-altering event, learning how much nutrition has an impact on the body, I switched majors. I got my bachelor's in nutrition. I recently graduated from University of North Texas with a master's in kinesiology. So, certified personal trainer through NASM, corrective exercise specialist.
Awesome. So we team up like once a month and kind of compare notes, and so I'm here doing shoulders and arms today, but he's going to help me answer some questions that I have, and we'll see if we're on the same page, what you would say and what I would say.
All right.
Okay, the first one is, hi Debbie, could a 52-year-old woman who has never exercised before with tons of cellulite and no muscle recover part of the good body she used to have?
You want me to answer first? Or you want to? Okay. Well, fair warning, I'm a little bit more abrasive with my answers than the wonderful Miss Debbie is. But my answer to that would be everybody has 206 muscles, give or take. So you're not going to lose muscles if you don't work out. You're just going to lose muscle size and muscle density. So by exercising more, especially with resistance weight, A, you're going to increase bone density. B, you're going to increase muscle strength and size. And the more you can increase your muscle size, the higher your resting metabolic rate is going to be, so the more your body is going to be burning fat while you're at rest without having to do anything for it. So I would say focus on nutrition, don't focus on cardio, and start lifting weights.
Right. And I would tell you that it's never too old to start. You're never, even though you're 52 years old, having the body that you had when you were 22, 23 years old would be kind of difficult, but it's never too late to start an exercise program. And I agree with Jak here as far as weight training goes. I actually use weight training as my cardio. The cellulite that you see could be just like untrained muscles. So you have 2 choices. You can either get it sucked out or you can work it off. And I've always chose to work it off. And so, yeah, nutrition plays a huge role, and I can help you with that as you move forward, if you want to move forward. And I'm going to drop a link below so you can maybe check it out. But yeah, that is what I would highly recommend, and exactly what he said. So, yeah.
Do you agree?
Okay. Okay, hi Debbie, I'm 38 years old and I have a problem dropping 20 pounds. Do you help with diet? Yes, I do help with diet. The 20 pounds is a big gain. It's more concerning than like a 3 to 4 pound weight gain. So yes, I do help with diet. And like I said earlier, I would, if you want to lose weight, why don't you give them the thing about the meal plan and a typical way to eat to lose body fat, and this is what I was doing wrong when I gained 8 to 10 pounds, was I was eating carbs at night. And the reason we eat fat at night
is because our body, okay, during the first roughly 12 to 14 hours during the day, your body is more anabolic. It wants to be active. It's trying to go out and get stuff done. But then once you hit about that 12 to 14 hour mark, the body starts shifting gears, and basically it doesn't want to use carbohydrates as much. It wants to run more off fat for hormone production and for sleep. While you're at rest, your body is not using carbohydrates. It's running at like 97% fat burning. So when you eat carbs at night, your body's going to have a hard time processing it.
Yeah.
And if your liver is already full and your muscles are already full, there's no place for the
fat.
sugar to go, so it's going to
store
stuff
fat.
in fat.
Yep.
So, yep.
All right. Yeah, that was interesting. You told me that about a month ago. Do you take fat burners, any kind of weight loss supplements, or do you do it naturally? I do it all naturally. Everything is diet and nutrition based. I plan my meals accordingly so that I don't have to grab for anything. I did try fat burners before, like way back in the days, excuse me, because that was the thing. Everybody was doing it in the gym and I had to do it too. So I tried fat burners and I don't agree with them. I don't believe in them, but if you've been taking them and they work for you, I would say stick with that, because everybody's different. But for me, it's like all nutrition. What do you think about fat burners?
I think that back in the day, fat burners, well, they used to be really effective back in the 90s because they had
so choline and inositol.
well,
those two
that and
together?
they had ephedra, and it was basically half a step down from taking cocaine. I mean, that was why it worked. All the people that were on the
Really?
the fen diet.
Oh
That's
my
why it doesn't
gosh.
exist anymore, because it just took your
That's
body into
crazy.
overdrive, and that's why people were having so many
Yeah.
medical side effects
Yeah.
from it. My opinion, my experience with fat burners is they're made out of caffeine. So yeah, why not just have a cup of coffee and do it the old-fashioned way and not wreck yourself with all of these other things that
Other
have not been
supplements.
tested as safe by the FDA.
Right.
The supplement industry is not regulated by the FDA unless there's a huge impact where either people die or a large amount of people get sick from it. So
Right.
yeah,
Right.
there's really no regulation for fat burners.
Right.
It's
Yep. I agree with
It-
that.
it's
It's just a
shady.
gimmick to me. It's a gimmick.
yeah.
I'm not about gimmicks. There's so many gimmicks out there. They come in dime a dozen. So
Everybody
be
wants
careful.
the easy way out.
And fast.
This is not
easy
easy.
and fast.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we're hard workers. We believe in working hard and eating right, and that is key. And getting the proper amount of rest. Of course, I sleep probably 6 to 8 hours a night. It's got to be pitch black in the room, so I got curtains that are blackout curtains, and that way I can rest. So that's important too. Lots of water. Okay, so what age did you start working out? And I'm afraid it's too late for me to look as good as you. Thank you. Never too late. I talked about that earlier, so go back to that. And yeah, it's never too late. Always start in the stabilization phase with the core, strengthening the core, maybe 3 to 4 weeks until you're well conditioned, and then you can go into strength training and cardio. Definitely walking, treadmill, whatever you like to do. Reverse cardio. And what about you?
It's never too late to start. What I would recommend, if you have never done anything like this before, don't watch videos on different channels of young people doing these high intensity exercises. Get yourself a trainer.
Yes.
At least for the first couple weeks. Get someone that you know, that you trust, and someone with proper certification. Don't just get some random person at a gym and go, hey, you look
Right.
good, how do I look like you? That's not how it works.
Right,
They could have
exactly.
been a high school or college athlete, blessed with genetics,
Yeah.
and they're trying to use that to sell you their lack of knowledge based on how they look.
Yeah.
get someone that you know and that you
Knowledgeable.
trust, and they have papers to prove that
Yes,
they are
credentials.
trustworthy.
Exactly,
And
I know.
from there, they'll help design a plan based on your body movements, your assessment, something that's not going to impact you in a negative way, and then you can grow from there. It's a long road.
Yeah.
It's a long road.
Yeah, it is. I know people go in the gym and they, just like you said, I want to look like them, and so I'll hire them, and come to find out they know nothing about fitness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's important to make sure you get the right person. I'm very picky about who I select to train, and I trained with him when we both worked at 24-Hour Fitness back last year.
Yep.
And I was watching him train other people, and I knew that he had the knowledge that I was needing, to get me down that road. And so I worked with, and then he left, and I followed him. He left Lifetime, and then another place, and now here I am. We meet up like once every month, maybe twice a month. So yeah, but I learned a lot from him, and he learns from me, and we kind of share our stories and stuff. Okay, here's the last one, and this is like really, I wasn't even gonna do this, but I will.
Too late now.
How much do you charge for? Okay, nothing that. My weight stalled, gained fluid, shaking my head, struggling. 3 pounds up, 3 pounds down. I wanted 8, but oh well. 3 pounds up, 3 pounds down. There's so much happening inside the body, that so many things are transforming inside the body that you don't understand. It could be fluid, maybe cut back on sodium, but 3 pounds I wouldn't worry about. I wouldn't worry about 3 pounds. Worry about 20 or 25, maybe 30 pounds. That's the danger zone. Okay, but 3 to 5 pounds, oh, come on, no, you're good. Stay off the scale, all right? Stay off the scale, because the numbers, they play a mind game. Once you see those numbers on the scale, are you ever happy with what you see anyway? No, you're never happy with the numbers on the scale, just like this 3 pounds, okay? Don't do it, just stay off the scales. Give yourself a pinch test. Go by how your clothes feel. Go by how you feel. Are you feeling thinner? Are you feeling great? You have energy. I don't want to talk about that anymore, so what do you say?
Well, I have 2 things to say about that. One, yes, 3 pounds, that's, depending on your height, 3 pounds is comical. I'm 6 foot, I weigh about 210 pounds, and if I splurge on the weekend, let's say it's football season, and my daughter comes over with my grandson, we get some pizza, and then before the night is over, I'm outside grilling some turkey burgers, maybe have a beer or 5, and the next day I wake up and I've gained 7 pounds. Guess what? Most of it's water retention. It's going to be gone by tomorrow morning, so long as I drink at least a gallon of water today.
Yeah.
So, that's one thing. The second thing I wanted to say is what goes on behind the scenes is I have a scale on the floor right over here. And someone hopped on the scale for the first time in a while.
It was a new scale. I don't do the scale.
Just because she was curious, and it has the impedance measurement for body fat. And the number did not match what she was expecting to see. But it was irrelevant, and that's what we had to talk about, is the scale.
I kind of freaked out. That's why I never get on the scale.
Exactly.
But it looked
Water retention, salt intake, how many calories you've had for the day, all of these things play into the impedance measurement, which is why unless you do it at the same time every day and you only use it for trend analysis, that's the only way it's good. If you do a impedance measurement and it puts you at, I'm just going to pick a random number that's easy, 20. If it puts you at 20 and you do a caliper test and it puts you at 14, well, I think the caliper test is going to be much more, right, the skin fold measurement, that's going to be much more precise than that.
Right.
However, unless you actually do the DEXA scan, where it measures bone density, muscle mass, body fat, things like that, that's the only way to get a really good, accurate analysis, but even that has a measurement of error. So.
And I think the best way, most accurate way, is underwater weighing. What do you think about that? Water weighing?
That used to be the best. The reason why that's not the best is, for those that aren't familiar with it, the submergence test, you would get basically into a tub and it would measure your weight, and then you would exhale all of your air, and it makes you more dense because you're less buoyant, less air in your lungs. And that's how they measure the weight. And the difference between the two, they take that as a measurement, because your bone and
Wow, I
muscle
had no
are going to make
idea.
you sink. Your body fat is not.
Wow.
But if you cannot expel enough air in your lungs, you're going to maintain buoyancy. It's going to put you at a higher body fat.
Wow.
The DEXA scan is the most accurate method for living humans that we have right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. I had no idea. See, I love hanging out with him. So knowledgeable, it's like.
And now there might be even better ways now. I don't know. Technology is
Yeah.
always improving, but as far as I know, the
Right.
DEXA scan is the best way to go.
Yeah, DEXA scan.
Yeah.
Is it a scale?
It's you get on a scale to measure your weight. They measure your height, weight, and then you lay in a bed, and then it scans. And then when you get up, it calculates everything for you.
Wow. Yeah, I'd rather go by how I feel. How my clothes fit, so stuff like that. All right, ready to do shoulders?
I am ready to do shoulders.
and
Are you
arms.
ready? Double by, little tricep, little tricep.
Now you're showing off. Okay, you guys, thanks for watching. I hope you got something out of this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a new video. Peace out.